your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
A little bit of rain out there falling. We've seen some showers down near Shelby County. Shelbyville, finding a few of those. And then heading into Christian County now near Assumption, finding those showers near Pana and the Cowden and Herrick areas as well. And these are lifting to the north. And so places like Taylorville and Moequa will start to see some of that rain here before too long. Now, it's a very mild night, that's for sure. The mugginess feeling very summer-like out there with these low mid-70s across the region. And as some of you that are still having to go into work, that commute tomorrow, still looking at some PM storms around in the afternoon. And look at that high temperature again. We're back up to 80 degrees. But what about those storms? We'll talk more specifically about the timing when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
Crews are still out here at a fire after a fire at a hog farm earlier this afternoon, where they say it may have started. Police are investigating after a man was shot in Champaign. What we know so far.
A pay raise for state lawmakers, why one side is protesting and the other says it won't happen.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Jessica Coons. We start tonight in Edgar County, where a hog farm building went up in flames. This fire started late this afternoon at Christensen Farms just outside of Newman. Crews are still there, and that's where WCIA 3's Jen Lask joins us live. So Jen, what is the latest?
Well, Jessica, right now there are workers trying to corral up some of the pigs out here. We've seen a different truck already go by with some. Now they're working on this one. And this is all happening even as crews are out here still monitoring hotspots, still checking on that building. Now, this fire started just before 4:30 this afternoon. The Newman Fire Department got here first. They said the smoke was coming out of both ends, and they called for help. And dozens of fire trucks from different crews all came here, and they tried to get inside, but realized that the fire was coming from around a tractor in the center of the building. That's when they tried opening the doors to let the pigs out, but then workers came in and tried to stop the fire crews from letting them out. And we are still working to find out why that happened, but that was something that they were arguing back and forth about earlier this afternoon. Now, they are still, again, as I mentioned, trying to find those hot spots, make sure that they put them out. Crews were parked out for miles all around this town. You may have seen them as you were driving through this area earlier. That's because they're bringing in water from all the different communities' fire departments to help put out this fire. Now, we know that no people were hurt in this fire. However, we don't know how many pigs were killed, but one firefighter told me that he did see some of the pigs had died as he was responding to that fire. So we are working to learn the cause, and we are working to learn how many animals were killed or hurt and what will happen to the ones that were corralled out just a few minutes ago. Live in Edgar County, Jen Lask, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, if you hear anything else, let us know, Jen. Thank you. New for you tonight, police are clearing the scene of a shooting in Champaign. It happened near the corner of Ridgewood and Dogwood Drive tonight. WCIA 3's Jennifer Jensen is on the scene now. So, Jennifer, can you give us more details about what happened out there tonight?
Jessica, I confirmed with police that one man was shot at the home right behind me on Ridgewood Drive earlier tonight. He was taken to the hospital, but police could not give me an update on his condition as of right now. So they got here just a little bit before 8 o'clock tonight, and police had been on scene. They just cleared the area a few minutes ago. I spoke with several people who live nearby who heard the shots and saw the man lying on the ground outside the house. Now, no arrests have been made yet, and authorities did not release any suspect information. But I think it is important to mention that earlier tonight, a Champaign-Urbana group called First Followers held a virtual meeting to talk about solutions to end gun violence in the area. More than 100 people joined in on that conversation. And they say this is the exact type of violence that they're hoping to help people turn away from as we move forward. And the shooting tonight makes 50 confirmed shooting incidents and shooting cases combined so far in Champaign this year. Now, this is all the information information that we have on this shooting that happened tonight. But as soon as we get any more updates, stay with us on WCIA.com. We will be posting all the latest information on there as this story develops. Live in Champaign, I'm Jennifer Jensen, WCIA 3. Your local news leader.
All right, Jennifer, thank you. Other news tonight, the body of a missing woman has been found. 69-year-old Donna Kelly was last seen last week in Farmer City. Search groups looked for her over the weekend. Officers haven't released where she was found. An autopsy is pending, and state police are helping with that investigation. An Urbana man died after a crash on the interstate this morning. It happened on I-74 between Mansfield and Farmer City. Police say 62-year-old David Stockwell was driving when his car went off the road, hit a fence and trees. He later died at the hospital. And one person died after a crash in Decatur last night. This happened at Jasper and Condit Streets. Officers found 2 cars crashed there. 4 people from one car went to the hospital. A 27-year-old woman from Decatur later died. The driver of the other car ran away. Officers are still investigating. Looking at COVID-19 numbers across the state, 39 more people have died, bringing the death toll to more than 4,900. There were almost 1,200 new cases as of today, which brings the total number to over 113,000 in Illinois. A state rep wants Governor Pritzker to be recalled from office. East Dundee Representative Alan Skillicorn says people have reached their breaking point with the stay-at-home order and issues with unemployment. He filed an affidavit today. He says the issues with the state's unemployment system was the last straw.
The governor really hasn't come clean on this. The governor has not addressed this. And, this is his one job. He has one job, and this is to fix this. And he has been totally neglectful about this. And, he's given up on the people of Illinois by calling them non-essential. Well, sorry, Governor, they're not non-essential. You are.
In order to send this to the State Board of Elections, he would need the backing of at least 20 representatives with support from each party. Urbana city leaders asked for feedback as they prepare for Phase 3 on Friday. Restaurants, food trucks, and bars planning to set up outdoor seating had until today to contact the city about any space they needed. More than 20 restaurants answered the survey. Owners had to let the city know if they wanted to use private or public property, whether that's a sidewalk or a parking lot. At this point, Urbana does not plan to close streets. They think they have enough space for right now.
Several of the establishments already had sidewalk cafes, and so they're used to that process. However, they're having to spread out tables, of course, and make accommodations in the terms of having hand sanitizers, the different guidelines. So
Tables will be limited to 6 people or less and will have to be farther apart than normal. And the city of Charleston is also asking restaurants and bars to submit a plan if they intend to open on Friday, but only if they haven't provided outdoor dining before. The plan must include requirements for barriers, tables, and spacing. They also must coordinate with the Coles County Health Department and comply with all conditions from the city and the state. One company has advice for businesses getting ready to open again. Illinois American Water is reminding them to flush their pipes to maintain the quality of their water. Businesses should run water through each of the fixtures for at least a couple of minutes, and all toilets should be flushed twice.
We want to make sure as they're taking steps to reopen that they look towards their internal plumbing system. So if a business, a facility has been closed for some time, there is stagnant water in that system. If a building has remained dormant, it's important to flush that water out, that old water out, and bring fresh water into the system.
If a building has been inactive, it can cause lead leaching or Legionella growth in the pipes. Typical graduation ceremonies aren't allowed right now in Illinois. How some schools made commencement happen anyway. Plus, are state lawmakers getting a pay raise this year? Why one side says the answer is no. And later, one professional sport has a plan to get back to competing. What changes fans should expect.